Well, it's a Friday, once again, if you can believe that. And also, if you can believe it, look at that sky. Light, white, fluffy clouds, blue sky. Lately there's been a light breeze too. I don't know if that's going to be the case today. And also, you can probably hear from my voice, I am sick. And I'm trying to get over my sickness. And basically my boredom won out over my sickness, so I'm going for a walk anyway. So we are back in the Rotunda de Bandera, and I'm gonna go to the bank, and then I'm gonna continuing. And as you can see right now, that flag and those flags and those palm fronds are all swirling in the wind. But from the sky, it doesn't look like this is going to lead to a storm, but I don't really know. We could have a thunderstorm. I'm new here. So this road here is the Circunnavigación, the circumnavigating road that I think goes full circle around the San Jose area, and is really difficult in some ways for pedestrians. But here, as you can see, we have a nice wide sidewalk. And so I'm just going to walk down this sidewalk for a while, and I do have a goal in mind, and let's see if that's where I get. Right here, I'm on a bridge over the Rio Torres, which we've seen before on the UCR campus and a couple of blocks from my house. And this river goes a lot of places. And here it almost is a river, not a stream. I'll let you decide. And it's interesting to me because before I came here, when I looked on the map, this downtown area looked really compact and urban and stuff, and then when I come here, one of the things I've realized, and you can see from here over to here, is how much this city is cut apart by these rivers that form these deep green channels. And part of that was, I think, when the city was built, the infrastructure to control floods was much less, but intrinsically you're in a rainforest with a lot of flooding. It's a surprise to me that people do build as close to the river as they do. So I wanted to point that out as I continue this way. You can see there on the road is written 80 kilometers per hour, which is about 45 or 50 miles per hour. Don't know how closely that's observed, but one of the things about a gigantic infrastructure project like this is it really does cut off pedestrians. I mean, we have a bridge here, but it's kind of disrupts a lot of neighborhoods and stuff. But if people are going 45 miles per hour, or even 50 or even 60, it's not really super efficient. There's the Guadalupe Walmart with this big old traffic rotunda. And in my first 24 hours in the country, I came here and was a little bit shocked because this wasn't the Pura Vida I was used to, but now I am used to it. Okay, I'm still not totally used to it. One thing about getting sick, I'm sure that was due to some type of virus, probably just a cold, I hope. But I think it was aggravated by particulate pollution, which, you know, look at all these cars, put two and two together. I think there's a bad amount of particulates in this city from what my throat tells me. So I kind of got off track, and then I had to take some side streets to get to where I'm going, such as this one is the idea. So the reason I took this detour is that when I was at the Rotunda, the Guadalupe Rotunda, I took too early of a spoke. I should have gone one more spoke, more or less, from what I can see on the map. But to quote Smash Mouth, what's wrong with taking the back streets? And there is a Christmas display complete with dancing snowmen. Probably not going to have a white Christmas this year, but it is something I have to remember. It's November, so getting cold in the Northern Hemisphere. Here, it's the same 25 Celsius every day, 75 Fahrenheit. Today it got up to 82 Fahrenheit. They consider that really hot. And as you can see there, that is an Amazon building. I don't know if that's an office building or a warehouse or both. I also don't know. Maybe I can actually get kava delivered to a warehouse here. Maybe I don't have to go without kava. And one thing I also don't have to go without is a croissant, because there's an AM/PM right there. So croissants are about to be incoming. Well, eventually I'll get a croissant if this light changes. I'm a little bit confused about where the lights go, and I've been waiting here for a while. And here just across the street from Amazon and AM/PM is platform Calle Blancos, platform White Streets. And this is on the train route that goes out to Heredia province and on to Alajuela province, sorry for the mispronunciations, which is where the international airport is. And it looks like a nice platform. And there's two reasons I'm not actually taking this today. I was actually planning to take this. Most of the schedules of this line end at the Central Station, Atlantic Station. Some of them do go on to the University of Costa Rica. And the thing about that is they have limited hours. They all have limited hours, but then the ones that go directly closest to me would have only 1 or 2 runs in the afternoon. The other problem is, in fact, here, look at this, tells us all we need to know. This is actually new to me too. The other problem is because I have a cold or whatever it is I have, I don't want to spread it. So my original plan when I thought I was going to get better was to come here in the afternoon, then take the train back. And because of things, this will not happen. And also, this has a nice little walkway and parkway. There's little swing sets, or hammocas, hammocks as they call them here. So it's interesting, nice facility, and probably some of that I saw on the sign said Amazon. Some of the businesses here, including Amazon, might have sponsored this facility. So as you can see here, there's only that 425 train that goes to the UCR, and otherwise they stop at Estación Atlántico. Also down here, it says there are Sabados, and I didn't know that. I thought that it was only Monday through Friday. So I'll have to double check that and see if I can take a train on a Saturday. Also, the people, security guard from the warehouse next to us came over and said, I can record the platform, but not the warehouse. Actually, it's kind of interesting because in Costa Rica, that's the second time I've been approached about that. And you'd think that, I would think like in a country where there's people live a lot closer, there'd be less sensitivity, but actually more. Anyway, from a transit and train standpoint, one thing I've noticed, look at all that traffic there. Look at that underutilized railroad track there. One thing in the US is that lack of train service is usually due to two things. That the population pattern is really spread out, and because people aren't accustomed to taking the train, they're kind of a cultural resistance, and then the cost of demographics. So what's interesting here, and this train station, is that you can see from how busy the road is, maybe not super busy right now, but you've seen other shots of it being busy, that there's demand. I mean, there is possible demand. There are people who want to get places, and the roads are busy. And the infrastructure is already there. The capital construction of platforms and lines and stuff is all there. So what it seems to be, the reason for the limited service seems to be the marginal cost of running extra trains during the day, which in the US that's usually not a factor. But here, as far as I can tell, it is. And I'm not an expert, but it is kind of puzzling for me because you can see, and I can see, there is demand and there is the infrastructure, but it hasn't been spread out as much as it can for a city of 1.5 million people. Okay, that being said, I'm going to walk back. Well, I'm walking back along this street, not the street I came in on. This is the right spoke. And this street certainly is one of the streets of San Jose, Costa Rica. Well, maybe I should have not done this. I bet I can figure this out one way or another. So, as I was going through that big construction area, kind of got desviated and am now on this road going this way. This should still lead me back to where I'm going. The sky is getting dark, but at this point I don't really care. I think it's pretty safe. So I'm back at the Rotunda de Walmart, and hopefully, okay, I already think no. I'm trying to think, how can I get over to that other side of the road? And I think this will just take me back where I came from. Oh, but here we have some people walking. Let's see what's over there. On the other hand, they even say Many times the conductors don't know about this priority or they disrespect it. And for this, before you cross, piense bien, I don't actually know what that means, but secure that they have stopped. And here we have an empty road, so I'm just going to cross. Yeah, so it's there. You just have to figure it all out. Well, here we have a pedestrian bridge, and you know how I love a pedestrian bridge. So, and I believe when we get to the other side, there is a path on the other side. If there isn't, I'll just cross it again. Extra exercise. So here I am crossing the Rio Torres again. Here we are back in the flag rotunda. One thing, cada dia siento un freno. Every day that I've gone out, that I've been here, there's kind of like this feeling that something's holding me back. I don't really want to release myself. Just kind of this itching fear at the back. Not even fear. And today that was mostly over being sick. The weather is improving, so hopefully I'll just feel that energy that sometimes I feel that energy that just picks me up and makes me want to go. But even on a small day like today where I take a kind of limited trip, I don't know if it was apparent, but I went about 3 kilometers, about 2 miles from my home, maybe more with detours. So I've been here more than a month and I've got to focus on different things. Today I focused on train service, even though I didn't get to take a train again. And I focused more on my complaints, such as they are about the urban planning, such as it is here. And also just got to show what the neighborhoods look like. And even though I show a lot of stuff that seems random, hopefully it builds up an impression. So hopefully I'll keep doing that. And thank you for watching. And also I felt sick at the beginning, but I felt less sick doing this than if I'd just been sitting in bed. Thank you for watching. And from the Batania, close to home, there will be more. Hope you enjoyed watching today.